Let's talk about the mind. Your mind is like a garden. It really is. And just like any garden, it doesn't stay empty. Something will grow there. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will show up. If you don't sow good seeds, bad seeds find their way in. And here's the truth. Your thoughts are the seeds. What you think about most often, you bring about most often. If you sow confidence, if you sow belief, if you sow ideas of progress and resilience, that's what grows. But if you leave your garden unattended, if you let anything drift in, complaints, doubts, fears, well, you know what happens. The weeds take over. Now let me ask you, what's growing in your garden right now? Do you know? Have you stopped to check? Because the weeds of negative thinking don't need permission. They grow fast, they grow strong, and they choke out the good. But here's the good news. You are the gardener. You decide what stays, and you decide what goes. That's a powerful position to be in, isn't it? But here's the catch. It's not a one-time choice. It's not, today I plant some good seeds, and tomorrow I'm done. No, your garden needs tending every single day. Self-improvement must be a daily practice. It's like exercise. You can't do 50 push-ups one day and expect to be strong for life. You've got to work at it regularly. The mind is a muscle, and if you don't train it, it grows weak. It defaults to laziness, and laziness always drifts toward the negative. So let me repeat it. Self-improvement must be daily. Every day, you read a little. Every day, you reflect a little. Every day, you decide what to feed your mind. The small, consistent disciplines are what build a strong mind and a strong life. Little by little, day by day, decision by decision. That's the formula. Now, you can't build a strong mind if you leave the doors open to constant negativity. Think about it. What are you consuming? What are you watching, reading, listening to? If you spend your morning soaking in gossip, complaints, angry headlines, what kind of seed is that planting? If you feed on fear and doubt, don't be surprised if you harvest anxiety and despair. That's the law of sowing and reaping. So guard your mind, protect your inputs. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everything deserves your energy. And here's a little warning. Watch out for what I call disguised procrastination. That's when you think you're making progress because you're learning, watching, taking notes, but you never apply it. You can fill your bookshelf with motivational books. You can memorize speeches, but if you never act, if you never put it to work, nothing changes. Reading is not progress. Listening is not progress. Doing is progress. Don't confuse the two. Now let's talk about the past. Because for so many people, negative thinking comes from carrying yesterday into today. And that's a heavy load to carry. The past is only a teacher. It's not your identity. It's not who you are. Yet, so many replay the same regrets, the same mistakes, over and over. They say, if only I had done this differently. If only I hadn't failed. If only I hadn't wasted that time. But listen, guilt drains energy. Regret steals your future. Yes, learn from the past. Take the lesson, but let the pain go. Because if you hold on to it, you'll never have strength for the next chapter. Don't live in the past. It's already gone. Don't live too far in the future. It's not here yet. Live in the present. It's the only place you have power. Yesterday is a receipt. Tomorrow is a promissory note. But today is cash in hand. Spend it wisely. Now, here's another trap to avoid. Comparing yourself with others. That's one of the fastest ways to poison your garden, because comparison never ends well. Either you feel superior, which breeds arrogance, or you feel inferior, which breeds discouragement. and both are dangerous. Social media makes this even harder. Everywhere you look, someone's highlight reel is playing. Their vacations, their cars, their celebrations, and you begin to think, I'm behind, I'm not good enough. I'll never catch up. But remember this, don't compare your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. That's the measure. Am I stronger than I was yesterday? Am I wiser than I was yesterday? Did I grow even 1% today? That's progress. That's the game you want to play. The game of becoming better than your former self. Because if you do that, you'll always be on the right path. Now, let's move to another principle, the power of decision. Indecision is the enemy of progress. You cannot drift your way to success. You cannot maybe your way to excellence. Winners make firm decisions. They commit. They go all in. And once they decide, they don't look back. Have you ever noticed how much energy is wasted in hesitation, in doubting, in second guessing? It drains you. But when you decide, really decide, your whole being aligns. It's like lighting a fire. That's when momentum begins. So decide what you want. Decide who you're going to become. And then commit until it's done. Remember this, until you decide, nothing happens. But once you decide, everything changes. Now let me ask you this. How do you respond when life tests you? Because life will test you. It always does. Someone cuts you off in traffic. A coworker disrespects you. A family member says the wrong thing. Do you react or do you respond? There's a difference. Reaction is quick, emotional, unfiltered. But response, that's thoughtful, intentional, wise. Reaction says, I'll let my anger speak. Response says, I'll let my wisdom lead. Remember this, emotions are temporary, but the consequences of your reactions can last a lifetime. A moment of anger can ruin years of trust. A flash of fear can make you miss an opportunity. So practice the pause. Stop. Breathe. Ask yourself, what's the best response here? What would my best self do? And then act. That habit alone can change your whole life. Finally, let's talk about identity. Because negative thinking often comes from believing the wrong story about yourself. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm weak, I'm a failure, I always mess up, that's the identity you live with. But identity is not fixed. Identity is built. You build it with choices, with actions, with repetition. You create your identity around your strengths, not your weaknesses, around your potential, not your past. Every day, you have the opportunity to condition your identity for strength. Every strong choice you make, every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're saying, this is who I am. Every time you take action instead of procrastinating, you're saying, this is who I am. Identity is built, brick by brick, decision by decision, and before long, you don't just do strong things, you become a strong person. So let's bring it all together. Your mind is a garden. Tend it every day. Plant the seeds of self-belief, discipline, gratitude. Weed out fear, guilt, and comparison. Guard your mind from the flood of negativity. But don't just guard. Act. Apply what you learn. Make progress, not just notes. Leave the past where it belongs, behind you. Look ahead with clarity, but live fully in today. Don't compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with your former self. Make firm decisions. Commit to them and keep moving. Respond with wisdom, not raw emotion. And build your identity every single day, on the foundation of strength. Because in the end, life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you plant. It gives you what you decide. It gives you what you become. So kill negative thinking before it kills your future. Cultivate your mind like a wise gardener. And remember this simple truth: what you sow, you will surely reap.